What's happening, guys, and welcome back to our channel. Name a sport and there'll always be an unforgettable moment there to match with it, whether the moment is unforgettable because people looked at it and cringed hard, or if the moment simply was extremely repulsive or shocking, or if the moment was heart-wrenching. There will always be a moment to remember and recall in sports. There have been several bizarre moments in sports over the years which remain a subject of debate and controversy and probably will remain so. Number 6. A kiss between devils. As a leader, a captain for your team, you're supposed to keep your emotions in check, be supportive and helpful, yet stern so your teammates would do what you say. You can't just let your emotions get the better of you. Gary Neville, the leader of Manchester United, in his tenure as the captain, did exactly the opposite during a game with arch-rivals Manchester City in a game during the 2009-10 season. Yes, derbies are always extremely emotionally charged, but there are other ways to let out your appreciation and show your player you're proud of them. You don't have to kiss them flush on the lips. That's exactly what Gary Neville did. After a rather remarkable header from the winger Paul Scholes, the captain went to congratulate his player. He hugged him, broke the hug off, and, well, you get the rest. People didn't pay much attention to it during the game itself, as watching the game was more significant than laughing at a show of intimacy between two players. But boy, did it ever start picking up speed after the game ended. Memes, trolls, videos, headlines on the BBC, you name it. People went haywire after the match ended. It's still a very frequent subject for discussion today. When Gary Neville was asked about the incident after the match, he said in multiple terms that the match was very emotionally charged and the emotions just burst out at one point. Number 5. Monica Seles gets stabbed. During the 1993 Citizen Cup tennis tournament in Hamburg, Germany, Monica Seles, one of the fastest rising stars in women's tennis, was on an absolute tear. She was absolutely impossible to beat with her speed, accuracy, and tenacity. She beat big name after big name, all within 3 years. She was already soon to be on the number 1 spot, beating Steffi Graf in a race that saw each of them beat each other for the spot numerous times. One day, during a seemingly normal match, as the set ended and she sat down for a breather and drank water, there was jostling in the crowd. Someone was trying to get ahead, get closer. No attention was paid to it, as such an incident where the player was attacked and an invasion of the court ensued had not happened before. The man leaped the fence, crawled behind Monica Seles, and stabbed her in the back. Only when people saw blood and heard a screech did they pay attention. Few people from the crowd attacked the man that had stabbed Monica, subduing him until security arrived and took him away. The young rising star was then taken away, and it's safe to say that she endured and suffered a lot of mental distress over the years, which shattered her confidence and led to an irreversible fall from grace for the young star. The man responsible was acquitted for causing severe injury by the German courts, as they found that the man did not intend to hurt Monica, rather to simply subdue her so that Steffi Grace could reclaim her number 1 spot out of the fascination the defendant had for her. Number 4. Liam Livingstone hit twice. During Australia's T20 cricket tournament, the Big Bash, in its 9th season, we saw something that would make everyone go, "I wouldn't want to be that guy." In a match between the Perth Scorchers and the Melbourne Renegades during the second innings, which Perth was winning quite easily, overseas opener Liam Livingstone received quite the jolts while batting. During over 8 to 12, he missed a ball from a quick bowler that collided with his crotch. He went down on one knee, almost cross-eyed, whilst the commentators, the crowd, the opposition, and his teammates laughed. A couple of overs later, and once again, he missed a ball that went straight to his crotch. He let out a stomach-churning "oh no" as he fell to the pitch, groaning in agony. Everyone in the stadium went, "Poor guy." He retired hurt after the second blow. It was amazing that he didn't retire after such an incident. There was only one other incident like this that took place in a match between Pakistan and Sri Lanka, where Wasim Akram, bowling to Arinda de Silva, was hit twice in the same over in the crotch by a ball traveling 130 kilometers an hour plus. Number 3. Nadal cramps up lifting trophy. Rafael Nadal, one of the greatest tennis players to ever lift, has had his fair share of cringe moments. Now come on, we're all human beings, aren't we? In 2014, after Nadal had worked and struggled to get past the opposition and win the match, he ended up in the final. Not without concerns though. Before the final, Nadal had been cramping up more than any other player in the tournament, and these concerns followed through to the final. Nadal spent a staggering amount of time trying to outplay his great rival Novak Djokovic. It was no easy match between these two, as is always the case, but Nadal somehow managed to conquer Djokovic, already beginning to grab different parts of his body after hitting the match point. The real cringe-worthy moment came when Nadal was given the trophy. He couldn't lift the trophy after he received it. Instead, he sat down and placed the trophy to his side for his manager to handle. It was a sign of complete exhaustion, which the French crowd never takes too well to. Boos began to rain down on the newly crowned champion of France, after which he promptly left the court. Number 2. Serena Williams accusing umpire. Conditions for ethnic minorities and women as a whole have gotten better as the years have pressed on. This hasn't stopped some people from trying to go a step forward and manipulate this awareness for women's rights and rights for minorities for their own benefits. Serena Williams, for example, a symbol for women empowerment, was caught arguing with an umpire during one of her matches, claiming the umpire gave away one of her points without sufficient cause and accused him of doing so because he was sexist. Most experts and media personnel saw this as an overreaction, especially because many people agreed with the umpire, who said that she did indeed hinder Stosur's play on the ball. Number 1. Jens Lehmann winged during a match. No folks, this is no joke. The goalkeeper did indeed, during a UEFA Champions League fixture, took a leak in front of 40,000 plus people amid Europe's most prestigious footballing competition. It was before a free kick / kickoff. Lehmann went behind the railing, ducked so that no one could see him, and did his business and came out from behind the railing, believing himself to have beaten the fans and the cameraman. He was watching the action ahead so carefully that he failed to notice the camera was directly on him and he was on the big screen. The camera kept on him even after the action started, and it was after he leapt out from behind the railing when the camera panned out to the actual game. Are there any other weird and cringe-worthy moments in sports that you guys would like to share with us? If so, you can use the comment section down below to share those moments, while also hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. Until next time.